What's going on, everybody? I'm back. Just want to come out here and do another video today, you guys. This is just gonna be a ease my way back in after being on a week suspension from Facebook. Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg does not like something I said, but it's okay, you guys. I'm back. I'm gonna ease into it, do it live and chill, talk about some numerology, talk about the end of the bull run coming up this year. I believe the markets, we're coming up on the end of a 4-year cycle. Very important to pay attention to market psychology as we look into, taking potential profits. Not financial advice, just documenting my journey into the digital decade with you guys. We're going to talk about Leo and the Lionsgate portal. We'll talk about the Heliaco rising, as well as Friday the 13th, the only one we've got this year. I believe it'll be massive. It's a 50-year anniversary from the Nixon shock, as well as we're entering a 50-year Jubilee cycle with Shemitah, as well as Rosh Hashanah starting 33 days from today. So very important. Want to come out here and touch on some things. Just preparing for this upcoming potential market crash that I do believe we are going to see early September or early 2022, and we're going to talk about a lot of that. So this video today, I mean, if you're not esoterically opened up with your third eye chakra, what I like to call the first eye, because I believe it's just closed on 90% of humanity. If you're not tuned in with numerology and some very different things, you're probably not going to want to watch this video. So don't skedaddle, get out of here. It's not for you. We're here to resonate on high vibrations, high frequencies, and interact with those type of people that like to learn and question the world, this, that, and the third. With all that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll transition this and share my screen with you guys. I just wanted to go over a few days while, again, I've been banned, but July 28th was a very, very big talked about day in the XRP community. A lot of people said it would be the day that we saw $1,000 XRP. Again, we like to, sometimes follow the hype, things that are very interesting, but we don't like to broadcast it. I'm not into the, conspiracy theories, this, that, and the third. If it turns me into, a trillionaire overnight, then we'll take praise and thank our creator the next day. But we saw that on July 28th, again, a very important day, 7/28, internationally written 28/7. But we know that 7 plus 28 plus 20 plus 21 gave us the 76. That 76 tied us into Ripple 76. The 7 plus 6 gives us the 13 when added together. So very important. We know that the 5 plus 8 equals 13 as well. 58 for XRP equals tied us in there. Just very symbolic. Synchronicity is what we're always talking about. Syncretism is something I believe that the world needs more practice in. Astrotheology, astrology, numerology. I mean, I believe that these are the geometry roots of all life. I cannot stress that enough. They're in our everyday life for a reason. Decode your name. Decode who you are. And you'll be surprised at what you find. So XRP started pumping, you guys, at 4 a.m. that morning. We know XRP and Ripple is a super match in 4 ciphers for 40, which sums to 4. XRP pumped 15% on that day. XRP equaled 15. So again, just going to throw that out there. I wanted to bring that up and touch base on that. I thought that was very synchronistic to our number one holding, our number one investment, what has been able to help us survive over the last year and a half throughout this nonsense while they continued to devalue your dollar. So I just wanted to bring that up. Very important. We'll go ahead and step over to the price chart and see what it's doing. I know a minute ago everybody's freaking out on Coinbase. XRP is trading sideways. There are a few cryptocurrencies, they're just trading sideways. Like, what is going on? Honestly, you guys, the last time I saw this, I do believe we came back to see that the next day we come to learn that the Treasury had been hacked. And we just saw the World Economic Forum hold their Cyber Polygon, another exercise taking place. They held it July 9th through the 11th. And it was a simulated scenario based on a global cyber pandemic that targeted critical infrastructure like supply chains, hospitals, transportation, banking, internet, every fucking thing, power grid. They talked about it, they did it all, dude. And so none of that's surprising to me. I think, I'm not saying, but I'm just speculating here. Again, last time we saw something like this where the prices just, were trading sideways or went, just ate shit all the way down or something, it had to do with a cyber attack. We've seen that in the narratives being built lately. Everybody thinks it's a coincidence, but well, I think they're perfectly fucking programmed too. But we'll just have to continue to see what goes on. I'll bring that up. Just want to bring that up as we look at the price chart, though. Boom, we know XRP is still doing its thing. We're going to talk about this a lot. I'll go ahead and show you guys, though. What I was talking about was if we go ahead and measure out from today to the start of, from yesterday, because in my eyes, in my part of the world, it's still August 4th. But if we measure out 33 days, well, that brings us to the start on September 6th of Rosh Hashanah. And we know that from August 5th, 33 days, till September 7th, tomorrow, August 5th, will be 33 days to the start of Shemitah. So I think it's, very important. That's why we're going to talk about a lot of the things tonight. The Nixon gold shock, the 50-year anniversary coming up on that. And, I don't think it's a coincidence that we see the World Economic Forum established and created January of 1971, which, we saw that 50-year anniversary. Now the World Economic Forum's out here apparently since this C19, these non-elected globalist elites just think they run the world. Nobody says anything about it, period, and they've had their book written since like the 80s talking about how everything we've witnessed over the last year and a half, and I'm the idiot. But anyway, I just don't think it's a coincidence that we saw the World Economic Forum established in January 1971. We're coming up on the 50-year anniversary of the Friday the 13th meeting with the White House, the Treasury, the Nixon administration, because we know that top-ranking officials met at Camp David and started discussing on the 13th, Friday the 13th, 50 years ago, what they were going to announce to the public and to the world on August the 15th, 1971, when Richard Nixon ended the convertibility rate of gold to the U.S. dollar. He pegged us to the petrodollar, to oil, started devaluing the dollar then. Why do you think I talk about it so much? Because we're here, 1 week away. Literally, we're about to witness something. So again, 50-year anniversary of the Nixon shot. It's just, not a coincidence that we see these things. So again, as we talk about the Shemitah coming up, we know that 7 cycles of the Shemitah, 7 times 7 gives you 49 years. The 50-year being the Jubilee. This is biblical, what we're talking about. And nobody pays attention. I don't know what they were taught. Indoctrination, Orwellian draconian control in school, but hey, what do I know? I'm just an idiot. Not. But anyway, it's just very important. As we keep going, we know that after Nixon, the next day, just a coincidence, we were talking about 33 days away from the start of Rosh Hashanah and the start of Shemitah. The day after Nixon gave his speech, August 16th, 1971, the Dow Jones rose 33 points on a date with 33 numerology. We know if we add August 16th, 1971 up using the esoteric laws around numerology and gematria, we know that 8 plus 16 plus 9 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 1 gives us 33. I mean, it's just not a coincidence. I mean, the numbers are always there. Synchronicity. Every time you look at something, it's always there. So, very important. As we come up, we see that it's just also, since we're talking about cryptocurrencies, the new monetary change, moving into a new digital decade, that's their plan. They're going to usher the people into central bank digital currencies, just like they ushered the people onto the petrodollar system that was pegged to oil. Did they ask the people? No. Do you think they're going to ask them now? No, they're not going to ask you now. They're just going to do this. And they're going to, eliminate a fifth of everyone's wealth when they do that if they're not prepared. So as we talk about these things and we talk about Bitcoin and Satoshi Nakamoto, it's not surprising that we see that the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper, it was released to the public on October 31st, 2008, Halloween. But to the occult, which again means hidden, that's Samhain, okay? So it's very important, which is, the Wicca, the tradition to welcome the harvest and usher in the dark half of the year. We were warned last year in the presidential debates by Joe Biden that we were heading into a dark winter. Okay, so again, not surprising that we see Satoshi Nakamoto release his Bitcoin white paper during Samhain, which Samhain we know equals 74, okay, 88 Lionsgate portal on August 8th, very important. There's that 21, we'll talk about that in a minute. But as we go back to Bitcoin and Satoshi Nakamoto, well, he released it on Halloween 2008. Satoshi Nakamoto equals 224. Not surprising there. We see that. I'll relate that to something else in a minute. But again, it was registered 74 days earlier. Okay. August 18th, the 230th day of the year. Bitcoin equals 23 in the Chaldean cipher. You take, using the esoteric laws around numerology, gematria, you remove the 30, the 0. You got 23. Its launch date, January 9th, is the 9th day of the year. You add those together, you get 239 cryptocurrency, which 239 is the 52nd prime number. You get cryptocurrency 52. Bitcoin is a mirror. When you type in BTC 25, the mirror of cryptocurrency 52, 25 BTC. Not surprising. I mean, August 18th, 2008. Again, when they registered the domain name bitcoin.org, it was the 230th day of the year. We saw all this. Currency 27. Okay, not surprising that we always see these links, this synchronicity, this syncretism. Remember that, very important. Again, we'll do it real quick. BTC. It gives you the 25 in English ordinal, which is the mirror of 52, like we were talking about a minute ago. So not surprising. I just want to throw that in there, a little fun fact. This upcoming Friday the 13th in August will be the 224th day of the year. So the day before, on August 12th, 2021 this year, it will be exactly 666 weeks and 6 days since the Satoshi white paper was released. So again, you got Satoshi Nakamoto equaling 224. This upcoming Friday the 13th is the 224th day of this year. And we know that the day before that, the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper will have been released 666 weeks and 6 days. Just not surprising that we always see this synchronicity. But as we continue to go on, and just ramble, we're just hanging out live and chill. Anybody got any questions, just ask. Hit me up in the comment section down below. That's one person watching. That's one thumbs up. But we just chilling. We just throwing some knowledge out there. So knowledge is power, but people misinterpret that too. Knowledge applied is power. Remember that. Knowledge applied is power. We know we're heading into Thursday, tomorrow, Thursday, the day of Jupiter, Viernes. So very important that we see that. I love Thursdays. I really do. It just always seemed to, be really bullish for me. As we talk about that a minute, Thursday. Thursday, the day of Jupiter, Viernes. Well, we know July 29th was a Thursday. July 29th equal 27, Ripple equal 27, Jupiter equals 27, Ripple equals 27, Bitcoin equals 72, the mirror of 27. Not surprising there. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Well, we're coming up on the 77th anniversary year since the Bretton Woods Conference, which ended from the Nixon shock 49 years ago. Wow. And we know from the Bretton Woods Conference, we had 44 allied nations meet in 1944. Again, synchronicity, the numbers, they always are there. They mean things. You can say they don't, but they do. We know that the IMF and the World Bank was established out of the failure of the Bretton Woods Conference and what they set out to achieve in 1944. So that's very symbolic that we are coming up on the 77th year anniversary of this Bretton Woods Conference. We know that the master builder number 77 takes play real good. We also know that February 1st, 2022, this next year, will be 77 years and 7 months since the Bretton Woods Conference. And, February 9th, the following week, 77 years, 7 months, 7 days since the Bretton Woods Conference on a day that equals 33 in numerology. So I'm looking out for that date, just like we saw the Dow Jones rise the day after Nixon's speech on a date with 33 numerology. Just very important synchronicities, what I'm looking out for upcoming potential volatility in the markets. Again, stay tuned for when I plan on exiting and how I plan on doing that. I'll get to that in a little bit. Just rambling going on, just throwing some things out there that I think are very important. We know July 22nd, 1944 was the day they met at the Bretton Woods Conference in, Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, I do believe, if I haven't just made a mistake there. But we saw our dump if we pull up the time charts, and we go to July 22nd, 2021. We saw our lows come in the market on that day. So not surprising. I might touch more on that in a minute. I just thought it was a synchronicity, some syncretism there. February 4th, I do believe, could be a very big day. It's the 1 year, 11 month, 11 day anniversary since the bear flu crash of February 24th, 2020 that crashed the markets then. So again, I'm just throwing some things out there that we need to be prepared for and looking for, I do believe. As we was doing some measuring to the Shemitah, 33 days away, if we look from our June 22nd lows and we measure that out till the start of the Shemitah, we saw that it was 77 days again, the 77 year anniversary of the Bretton Woods Conference. Again, all these things are just playing out like synchronicity, syncretism, and you don't think these things mean things. Yeah, well, I promise you, I'm not the one putting this stuff together. I don't believe just one person is. And I don't, I do believe that, I blame a lot on the Jesuits a lot because, well, it just always comes back to them. But, what if it's really not? What if there's an enlightenment process that I've been kind of thinking about and an approach I've been taking. And what if there's really an architect to this whole entire interdimensional plane, this multiverse, this globe, this flat Earth, whatever you want to call it? I do believe you're both wrong. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, like, is there really an architect? Just throwing that out there. 77 days, 77 year anniversary. We was talking about that from the May 19th crash. If we just measure that out, boom, 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 till the start of the Shemitah, we see that it's, 111 days. Boom, 111 days. So that 111 being a master Gödel number. The end of Rosh Hashanah should be starting the 113th day from the market crash. So just very important. Why am I talking about the Shemitah? It means release in Hebrew. It's the sabbatical year, a year where agriculture doesn't get tended to. It's a rest year. There's no plowing. It's anything growing, planting. It's all forbidden under Jewish law. During the Shemitah, the land is laid to lie, and all agriculture, again, like I said, is forbidden under Jewish law. Over time, this was obviously, like everything else in society, implemented into their debts. So, but now today's, 100 years from, then, basically, if we look at today's society, we know that, well, agriculture is modified. It's we've came a long ways. It doesn't really play a huge role in the economic sectors, which is why I believe it's more these Shemitahs. If we just look back through history till the early 1900s, and sometimes even before, every 7 years we see a economic and financial crisis in the financial sector, in the markets. I believe it plays into a role. Again, this is the 7th cycle of 7 Shemitahs, coming up to the Jubilee, the 49th year, entering into the 50th year. Very biblical. Do your research there. Again, where land is supposed to be given back to that, just etc. But again, roughly every 7 years, we have a market collapse. 2015, we saw the Chinese stock market as well, the U.S. market collapse corrections. We saw 7 years prior, before that, the 2008 housing market crash that involved global banks. And 7 years before that, we saw the 9/11 and dot-com bubble crash. So again, every 7 years, huge financial economic crisis crash that takes place. The dot-com bubble to the crypto crash in 2018 was exactly 222 months apart, like 9/11 was exactly 222 months apart between event, bear flu breakout, and 9/11. I mean, synchronicity, syncretism. These numbers mean things. Again, just need some help figuring this stuff out. Why am I talking about Rosh Hashanah coming up? Well, it's the Hebrew New Year. I mean, it's the birthday of the universe. It means head of the year. Similar to head of the house. Head controls the body. Just very important. I think these things mean things. We know it begins at the beginning of Tishrei 1 and ends after nightfall on Tishrei 2. September 6th, September 8th. Remember the Jewish Day of Reckoning and how that takes effect here, I do believe, from my research. Our actions on Rosh Hashanah have a tremendous impact on the rest of the year, which is very important because now we're seeing in August, right now, August 8th, coming up is the Lions Gate portal. So, I mean, very, very, very important. And if you don't know much about the Lions Gate portal on 8/8, I highly suggest you do your research. If you don't know that your eyes have that infinity symbol, that 8 turned sideways that you always see, your eyes constantly make that symbol. Just run it over your eyes and do it. You'll see. But it's the luckiest day of the year. It's going to be the luckiest day of 2021. Manifest success and turn your dreams into reality on 8/8, August 8th. You know, very big on manifestation and manifesting your realities, your destinies, your outcomes. 9 minutes and counting till a happy birthday wish going out to Anna. Keeping an eye on the clock right there if you're watching. Big shout outs, happy birthday. We see August 11th, very important date that I ain't even got started talking about yet. A lot of things going on August 11th. Very, very important date. But it's the Heliacal rising. Egyptians first noticed that the heliacal rising of the star of Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, would occur a short time before the annual flooding of the Nile, the rebirth of the Nile. So very important. I think all of these things matter. We're coming up on the new moon of the month on August 8th. Again, the Lionsgate portal. So very important. We see we've had bullish energy heading into this new moon. As I pull up the Bitcoin chart and we look at these moon patterns on Bitcoin, as you'll notice all year long, give it a second to pull up. But as you'll notice, all year long, from the beginning of the year, we've had a new moon, a full moon, a new moon, a full moon. And as 3 to 5 days before or after the new moon, we tend to see some bullish energy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days before new moon. 3 to 5 days on or after the full moon, we tend to get bearish energy. Notice how this is played out on Bitcoin all year long. All cryptocurrencies in the cryptocurrency market follow Bitcoin's price movement. They're in tandem with Bitcoin. So again, a high near the new moon, a low near the full moon. A high near the new moon, a low near the full moon. High, low, all year long until we got to our eclipses. And the 2 eclipses back to back that we had just a few months ago, very important, very symbolic biblical eclipses. I do believe that we're playing out here, which I do believe kind of gave us a little market reset. And then as we see again this past month, we saw July new moon, bullish energy heading into it. Bearish energy heading into the full moon. We're heading into the new moon of August, August 8th on the Lionsgate portal right here. I mean, we're already tending to see some bullish energy. So could we get a correction headed into the new moon and a correction headed into the full moon of August, heading into the beginning of Rosh Hashanah and Shemitah starting in September? I don't know. Could we get another fake out right here, like we kind of did a little reset right here? I don't know. We're just gonna have to pay attention and watch out. I know that as Bitcoin continues to work its way back up towards making higher highs on the Bitcoin price chart and breaking $66,000, heading towards my $72,000 prediction, I don't know, we'll say 81, Venus 81, we'll say that 72, 81 prediction, high of 144,000. If we see a 6-figure Bitcoin, I doubt it, but, if, anything can happen these days. They're trying to tell you fallen angels are aliens and half the world's believing it. So anyways, but we could possibly see 144,000. I just think that 144 would play into effect here. Jesuit order 144. We'll just have to see how that plays out. We see the RSI went completely parabolic, but new moon energy coming up. Lionsgate portal, very bullish on that one to go over that. We see Bitcoin finally broke out of this firmament dome again. Through that firmament out there. If anybody understands, for my veterans, for my enlightened folks, especially the ones still watching this right now, the firmament, there's waters above, below, and here too. Remember, it's all in the scripture. I mean, what were you taught? I don't know. But anyways, we'll continue to go on. Boom, 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 boom. I probably ain't really got much more to say. I'm just on here ranting, chilling, um, hanging out, going over some things that I think are very important. Looking at the price chart, looking at XRP. Again, I mean, we're doing great things. If we can just get above this 3 year, look at this 3 year white line resistance level that we just need to flip as support. And I think we're on our way to new all-time highs. I was one of the only idiots out here calling for a correction and a little S-shaped pattern before we headed back up. But I don't look like an idiot so much. We called for 86-cent launchpad theory. We got it. And well, we got less than that, 51 cent. XRP equals 15. The mirror of 51 equals 15 on a date with 15 numerology on June 22nd. Ripple equals 22. I'm just synchronicity, syncretism. I'm going to continue to say these things. They tend to play out a lot if you know how to read the numbers. But again, we've just been following this trend line. I'd like to see us break above this resistance. That is a 3-year plus resistance in this 4-year cycle that we're almost over with. And get back above this 236. Get back above this $1.10, $1.11, what I believe will be another resistant level, as well as this previous 96-cent dollar psychological level. We'll have a few more levels to break through, especially every one of these Fibonacci retracement levels. The main golden ratio, the golden pocket, the 702, in between the 618 and the 786. We could possibly see a rejection there, and head back down to retest some of these lower levels, and see what happens before we go back up. Only time will tell. We might see a pump get rejected, and everybody tells you, "Oh, you'll see everything." I mean, your grandmas will be screaming and selling their Dogecoin. They'll be saying it's an ABC correction move. They don't know a damn thing about markets. I've been learning for 2 years, and I really can't come out here and tell you a bitch ass thing. But I keep trying. But I'm just watching these daily closes. If I can see one daily close, we've had some wicks above, but just haven't really been able to close above this 70. I've got it right here at 74 cent. I really call it the 76-cent level, Ripple 76. But as we go back, it's really closer to that 74, 75-cent level. If we're gonna technically speak here, you guys, I could really move it up to right here. And it'd be just about 76 cents, wouldn't it? But anyways, we're not gonna argue. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with nothing here. Very bullish. Again, we saw our buck moon right here in July on the 23rd. Bearish energy 3 to 5 days before or after bearish energy before. We saw our bottom that gave us our double bottom pattern. So, I do believe that the bottom's in at 51 cents. We'll just continue to range and set hopefully higher highs, higher lows as we work our way back on up. Only time will tell. We'll have to continue to pay attention to the markets. But tomorrow's Thursdays, and I love Thursdays. Very bullish days for XRP. Sometimes bearish, not gonna lie. Sometimes bearish, but they tend to be pretty bullish for XRP. We'll see what happens. With all that being said, you guys, I'm going to sign out of this one. Take care. Enjoy your Lionsgate portal. Do your research on the Shemitah, Rosh Hashanah, the Nixon shock, the 77-year anniversary of the Bretton Woods Conference, because I do believe we're entering into another Bretton Woods era, and the World Economic Forum. Again, another thing about the Shemitah, why it's so important this year, is we're in the Hebrew year of 5,782, and we know using the esoteric laws and rules around numerology and gematria, we break that down to 22. 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 2 is 22. it will be in the 22nd year of the 21st century. So we get the 22 in the year 2022. World Economic Forum equals 222. Wuhan coronavirus equals 222. Order out of chaos equals 222. New York, where event 201 took place equals 222. I mean, I'm just saying, you guys, we'll just have to see what happens. With all that being said, take care. God bless. Do your own due diligence and research, not financial advice. I will be exiting these markets soon, roughly before, I believe at the latest December, January 4th-ish, of this next year. Possibly September, October, depending on what we are looking like. I'm looking to break all-time highs in my holdings, get my initial investment back out. The rest is long term. We'll see what happens. If they tell me I have to have a chip one day to use it, it'll go in the bottom of a fucking ocean. Every one of my ledgers will go in the bottom of an ocean, and nobody will spend that money. I'll tell you that. With all that being said, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.